Hello and welcome to the grand final of the first season of Brain of Gaming, the quiz that dives deep into the world of computer and video games. 60 players faced 4 weeks of questions on RPGs and NPCs, mobile games, famed gamers' names, God of War, GT4, well, you get the idea. The 8 players with the best results then faced off in 2 semi-finals last week, and tonight I'm joined by the 4 left standing after the semis. One of those will be crowned the inaugural Brain of Gaming. Let's meet the players. In Seat 1, a player who was the highest scorer in video games in NAQT's Buzzword in 2023 and 2024, Jack Rousseau. In Seat 2, someone who briefly held the top spot on the online leaderboard for keyboard on Before I Forget by Slipknot in Rock Band 3, it's Harley Andrew. In Seat 3, a player who tops the leaderboard at the end of the group stage as the only player with 4 wins out of 4, and who regularly has to pause Hades 2 to process how hot the character art is. Blaise Laslett. And finally, in Seat 4, a player with over 3,000 hours logged in Spelunky 2 and who has named all their pets after Persona characters. It's Dan Sheehy. For those unfamiliar with the quiz format, there are 5 rounds, and in each round, each player will answer 3 questions of their own. The questions are grouped into quads, so for example, if player 1 faces a question on Pokemon, the other 3 players can expect a Pokemon question somewhere in the quiz. The players have 30 seconds to answer their own questions and 3 seconds as the questions go down the line. Good luck to everybody. Let us get started with round 1 questions to Jack. The planets Corneria, Titania, Macbeth and Venom make appearances in what series of games?
Star Fox.
Star Fox is correct.
I was going to mention Lilat Wars.
Question 2. What Japanese word replaces super in the title of a ROM hack of Super Mario World? It was deliberately made to be absurdly difficult and rage-inducing.
Doki?
It's not Harley.
I believe this is the origin of Kaizo?
That is Kaizo, yes. Yes, Kaizo Mario World. And Jack, your third question. At E3 in 1995, Sega unveiled what console? The presentation itself wasn't the problem, but the $400 price tag allowed Sony to upstage them with a presentation consisting solely of Steve Race walking to the podium, saying $299 and leaving.
Sega CD.
It's not. Emma.
Dreamcast?
Sorry?
Dreamcast?
Not Dreamcast, no. Dan.
The Saturn.
It is the Sega Saturn, yes.
Far from the only problem with the Saturn, but that's nor there.
Harley. For the past decade, Ben Yahtzee Croshaw has made an annual video with his best games of the previous year, but also the worst and the blandest. What action-adventure survival game picked up the coveted Blandest of 2016 award? Despite an extreme amount of hype, on release this game was trashed for being dull and repetitive. However, Hello Games has continued to work on it since, to much better recent reviews.
Ooh, a Yahtzee quad. No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is right. Notable for their comedic writing style and often opaque puzzle design, what company made such successful point-and-click games as Police Quest and King's Quest?
Do you need more than just Sierra?
No, Sierra's fine. Sierra
I think it's
Online, but
Sierra
Sierra is all I need. And Harley, third question. What critically acclaimed puzzle game from Hempuli focuses around the ability to change the game's rules by pushing words around? As a result, the logical statement of the game's title is not always true.
I will now recite a poem ending in the answer. Rose is red, violet is blue, flag is win, Baba is you.
Baba is you is absolutely right, yes. Emma. Developed by Argentine developers and released as open source in 2014, what game design engine was given an unexpected boost in 2023 when Unity announced runtime fees for users of games with the Unity engine? Notable games made using this engine include Balatro inspiration Luck Be a Landlord and Slay the Spire 2. Ten seconds.
Got it?
It's Godot, yes.
Insert your waiting jokes here.
I was just about to, but you've ruined the moment now.
Sorry.
Okay, Emma, question 2. Who is the protagonist of Final Fantasy X? Star player of the Zanarkand Abe's Blitzball team, he accompanies the white mage Yuna on her pilgrimage to defeat Sin.
Tidus.
Tidus is right, yes. And your third question. Which classic SNES RPG's cast of characters includes the respectacled Lucca, the Princess Marle, and the knight who used to be a frog, Frog?
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger is right, yes. And Dan, your questions. What elusive criminal was created by Broderbund Software as the villain of a series of educational video games, teaching children about geography and history? As the head of Vile, she usually masterminds the theft of inventions, artifacts, and even entire buildings of cultural value.
Carmen Sandiego.
Carmen Sandiego is absolutely right. We haven't done one of these so far. Identify the 2 games referenced here from the mashed up summaries, and give your answer as a mashup of the 2 titles. It's Answer Smash. Enjoy the new survival horror rail shooter from Sega, where Isaac Clarke fights both necromorphs and hordes of mutated undead.
Left for Dead Space?
It's not Left 4 Dead Space. Jack.
House of the Dead Space.
It is the House of the Dead Space. Yes, the House of the Dead and Dead Space. And last question of the round. Max Caulfield's relationship with Chloe Price forms the core of the plot of what 2015 game, developed by Don't Nod Entertainment? Using her powers to rewind time, Max and Chloe attempt to solve the disappearance of fellow student Rachel.
Life is Strange.
Indeed. Life is Strange. End of the round then. Harley has 4, Emma and Dan 3 each, Jack has 2. Everybody has used 1 bonus attempt. Round 2 questions back to Jack. What video game journalist founded the gaming website Giant Bomb? In 2007, he was fired from GameSpot for refusing to give a positive review to the game Kane and Lynch Dead Men, after pressure from publisher Eidos.
Jeff Gerstmann.
Jeff Gerstmann is correct. Yahtzee named what online action RPG as his blandest game of 2019? Created by BioWare, Croshaw described the production process as BioWare being forced to rip off something popular, in this case Bungie's sci-fi FPS Destiny, and then be blamed for the inevitable failure. In January 2026, the servers were finally shut down after 5 years of no further development.
Anthem.
That is Anthem. And your third question. Who is the protagonist of Final Fantasy IX? Despite being generally positive and friendly, he was actually created to be a living apocalypse of all life on Gaia by villain Garland. Ten seconds.
Zach.
Sorry?
Zach.
Not Zach, no. Harley.
Zidane?
Yes, indeed. Zidane Tribal. And Harley, your questions. In the early 1990s, what defunct video game developer made the extremely popular football games named Developers Named Soccer and Developers Named World of Soccer. Their other popular series was the shoot-'em-up Cannon Fodder.
Acclaim.
It's not. Emma.
Serious.
Say again, sorry?
Serious.
It's not. Dan.
Sensible.
It is Sensible.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one I knew I wasn't gonna get, so no time to think for y'all.
And Harley's second question. Quateria, Brinstar, Norfair, and Turian are locations on which planet in the Metroid series? This home planet of Samus Aran explodes in Super Metroid after she defeats Mother Brain for the second time.
Zebes?
Zebes is right. And your third question. Answer Smash. Billy and Jimmy Lee take their martial arts skills to the world of Thedas and BioWare's RPG series, where they're probably not part of the Veilguard.
Double Dragon Age.
It is Double Dragon and Dragon Age, Double Dragon Age.
Or occasionally, Bimmy and Jimmy Lee.
Really?
That's a typo from Double Dragon 3.
Ah. Emma. Ending in September 2024, after more than 380 episodes, what video game podcast was hosted by Andrea Renee, Brittany Brombacher, Christine Steimer, and Alexa Ray Correa, with the aim of providing gaming content that appeals to women as much as it did men?
No, pass.
Okay. Jack.
Don't remember. Pass.
Dan.
Pass.
And Harley.
Pass.
First X of the match is What's Good Games? Emma. What Japanese doctor gave his name to the brain training series of educational video games? His research into frontal lobe development inspired the quick-fire gameplay, during which he often appears himself as a large polygonal head.
Kawashima.
Kawashima is right, Dr. Ryuta Kawashima. And Emma, your third question. You jump over the apple, and the apple falls up and kills you. This quote is describing one of the iconic and earliest ways to die in what famous rage game, first released in 2007?
I want to be the guy.
I Want to Be the Guy is correct. Dan. During Sony's 2006 E3 press conference, producers of the game Genji Days of the Blade claimed the game was based on Japan's actual history. Unfortunately, they made this claim when what definitely not historical enemy appeared on the screen. The three-word name by which the monster was ferociously memed is required.
Giant enemy crab.
Giant enemy crab is exactly right, yes. Considered one of the hardest Sierra games, the second Laura Bow mystery sees her searching for what type of item that belonged to Amun-Ra. This type of item forms the first part of a subtitle for the second game in a popular RPG series that served as the sequel to Arena.
A dagger.
A dagger is correct, yes. And your third question. What game, created in the early 1980s by Hiroyuki Imabayashi, now names a wider genre of similar puzzle games that entail the player pushing boxes onto storage locations? Boxes can only be pushed and not pulled, and only one can be moved at a time, meaning the player must plan their moves out very carefully in advance, which inspired Baba Is You.
Sokoban.
Sokoban is correct. End of the round. Harley and Dan 7 each. Emma has 5. Jack has 4. Jack's used 1 bonus attempt. Harley, Emma and Dan have each used 2. Jack, back to you for round 3. What was the name of the educational mini-game included in early versions of Microsoft Encarta? Players answered trivia questions to progress through a castle and were encouraged to use Encarta to help. 10 seconds.
Walkthrough?
Not walkthrough. Harley.
Too young for this. Pass.
Okay, Emma?
Mind maze.
Mind maze is right, yes. And Jack's second question. The Stamper brothers were the founders of what British game development studio? They had some success during the late 1980s, but hit the big time as a second-party developer for Nintendo, making Donkey Kong Country, GoldenEye 007, and Banjo-Kazooie exclusively for Nintendo consoles.
Rare.
Rare is correct, yes. Could have accepted Rareware. And your third question. What game design engine has been used by Valve for most of its biggest games, including Dota 2, Deadlock, and Left 4 Dead? Released in 2004, a successor engine with the same name was made available in 2015. Ten seconds.
Mod.
No. Harley.
Pass.
Dan.
Source?
Source is correct, yes.
Dang it. I had a feeling it was Source.
Harley, your questions. Ness, Paula, and Jeff are among the characters of Earthbound, a classic SNES RPG that is the second game in what series? The acclaimed third game in this series was released for the Game Boy Advance, and notably has never received an official translation.
Mother.
Mother is correct. What video game academic, designer, and journalist founded the developer Persuasive Games, and is primarily known for his work on the history of Atari consoles, including developing the game A Slow Year for the Atari 2600. This journalist also wrote the book Alien Phenomenology, and developed the incremental game Cow Clicker.
Smith.
Not Smith. Jack.
Pass.
Emma.
Pass.
And Dan.
Yeah, pass.
This is Ian Bogost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Harley, third question. Game designer Wyatt Cheng delivered an all-timer of a presentation botch at 2018 BlizzCon, when he asked a disappointed crowd, "Do you guys not have phones?" The disappointment was due to Immortal, a game in what series, being mobile only and not a new entry in that series.
Oh god, I remember this. This was Diablo.
It was indeed. Emma. The prologue and first mission of Mass Effect takes place on what planet? Tasked with recovering an unearthed Prothean beacon, Commander Shepard revisits this planet in the From Ashes DLC for Mass Effect 3.
Eden Prime.
Eden Prime is correct. Another well-remembered Sierra series is one about a struggling author, Gabriel Blank, suffering with writer's block while a spate of murders occurs in New Orleans. What is the writer's surname, which also completes the title Rocket Blank Adventures in a Sega Mega Drive game, and which would not be out of place in the King's Quest series?
Knight.
Knight is correct. Aloy can share a kiss with Seika in the Burning Shores expansion to what 2022 action RPG, the sequel to the 2017 game subtitled Zero Dawn?
Horizon Forbidden West.
Horizon Forbidden West is correct. And Dan. Who is the protagonist of Final Fantasy XIII? FF13 became a trilogy made up of 3 games. The third and final of these had the title This Character Returns, Final Fantasy XIII.
Lightning.
Lightning is right, yes. Full name, Claire Lightning Farron. Heather Ann Campbell, Nick Uyghur, and Matt Apodaca are the 3 hosts of What Gaming podcast. During the series' early years, episodes focused on games either unusual or outright bad, although this element has been phased out in recent years. Either the podcast's current title or its longer original name will be accepted.
Get played.
Get Played is right. Used to be called. Oops. Used to be
How did
called.
this get played?
Yeah.
Oh,
And question 3. Bennett Foddy created the sports game Quap, in which you must control an athlete's thighs and calves as he attempts to run 100 metres. He also created a game with a similar concept, based around rock climbing, which had what 4-letter name?
Pass.
Jack,
Pass.
Harley,
pass.
and Emma.
GURP.
GURP is right, yes. GIRP, GURP. So, 3 rounds down. Dan and Emma have 10, Harley has 9, Jack has 5. Bonus attempts 1 to Jack, 2 to Harley, 3 to Dan, and 4 to Emma. Round 4. Questions to Jack. Answer smash. 3 high school students take their book group to an igloo on the South Pole, adopt a puffle, and get banned for tipping an iceberg. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Okay, Harley.
Pass.
Dan
Doki Doki Literature Club Penguin.
is right, yes.
Oh,
Doki Literature
nice.
Club and Penguin. Jack, second question. Stephen Lavelle designed the 2016 puzzle game Stephen's Blank Roll, using elements from Soccer Band to do so. What foodstuff fills in the blank? The object of the game is to push that foodstuff around each level and onto special grill tiles in order to cook it.
Sausage.
Sausage is correct. Stephen's Sausage Roll. And your third question. Comedians Pierre Novelli, Glenn Moore and Sarah Keyworth are the 3 hosts of what weekly video gaming podcast, which launched in July 2025?
Triple click.
No. Harley,
Pass.
Emma,
Pass.
and Dan.
Pass.
It is called Button Boys.
Sure.
Harley, your questions. What series of extremely difficult platforming games were designed by Maddie Thorson in the 2000s, 14 years before she created Celeste?
Super Meat Boy?
It's not. Jack.
Pass.
Emma.
Jumpman.
Say again, sorry?
Jumpman.
It's not. Dan.
Pass.
Sorry, Emma. Jumper.
Yeah. Jumper. Yeah, brain.
Harley, second question. The EA studio DICE, Digital Illusion CE, were the creators of what game design engine? This engine has been used to create most of EA's recent sports games, as well as the Battlefield series of shooters and the 2023 remake of Dead Space.
Havoc?
Not Havoc. Jack.
Pass.
Dan.
Frostbite.
Frostbite is correct. And Harley, third question. The events of animated series Arcane, set in the League of Legends universe, reveal 2 characters are lesbians. Name either. One is a marksman known as the Sheriff of Piltover. The other is a diver, nicknamed the Piltover Enforcer.
Caitlin?
Caitlin is fine, yes. You know the other one?
It's Vi? It's Vi
It is
something?
Vi, yeah. Vi and Caitlin, yeah.
I just know the ship name is Kate Vi.
Emma. What action RPG took Yahtzee's Blandest Game of 2023 award? Developed by Bethesda, quote, which is what the lazy bastards have been making instead of a non-shitty Fallout game. Criticisms include the usual jankiness and hundreds of boring, procedurally generated planets.
The Outer Worlds.
Not the Outer Worlds. Jack.
Starfield.
Starfield is right.
And it's
At E3 2018, Sucker Punch presented the first gameplay for What action-adventure game, released 2 years later. The presentation was heavily criticised for having a white musician dressed in Japanese clothing and playing a Japanese instrument. It was later discovered that the musician, Cornelius Boots, was one of the few living masters of the shakuhachi flute.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima is right, yes. What video game journalist and former contributor at Kotaku hosts the Action Button YouTube channel, where he makes incredibly detailed personal reviews of games, including Tokimeki Memorial and Boku no Natsuyamsumi. This pioneer of new games journalism often writes long autobiographical responses to games, in part due to his purported strength of memory.
Pass.
Jack.
Pass.
Harley.
Pass.
And Dan.
Pass.
This is Tim Rogers. And Dan, over to you. What single word completes the title of the classic SNES RPG, Secret of Blank? The game's innovations include the ring command system that allows players to pause mid-battle to make decisions.
Mana?
Mana is right, yes. Kerbal Space Program takes place in a fictional solar system made to resemble our solar system. What planet serves as the analogue of Earth?
Kerbin?
Kerbin is right. And the last game of the round. Last question of the round as well. Founded in 1990 but still in business today, what British game developer is probably most famous for the 1995 turn-based game Worms and its many sequels? More recently, this studio published the 2016 co-op cooking game Overcooked.
Team 17.
It is Team 17. One round to go then. Dan has 15, Emma has 11, Harley 10 and Jack 7. Bonus attempts 2 to Jack and Harley, 5 to Emma and Dan. Round 5, questions to Jack. What is the name of the king who serves as the player character in most games in the King's Quest series? In King's Quest V, Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder, an evil wizard puts this king's castle into a small glass bottle.
Graham.
King Graham is right. The classic SNES RPG, subtitled Rise of the Sinistrals, is part of what dungeon-crawling RPG series with puzzle elements? The player controls Maxim, who is attempting to defeat the title Sinistrals.
Dragon Quest?
It's not. Harley.
Subtitle sounds familiar, can't place it, pass.
Okay, Emma.
Pass.
And Dan.
Lufia.
Lufia is right, yes. And Jack, your third question. Parvati Holcomb develops romantic feelings for Junlei Tennyson in what 2019 Obsidian Entertainment game? Parvati is one of the first companions that you have the opportunity to recruit, and her companion quests revolve around helping her build up the courage to ask Junlei out on a date.
Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds is right.
Notably do not, that's a very different game.
Harley. Simon Byron, Steve Curran, and the show's resident AI Charlesbot are the presenters of what podcast series? Unusually, the series is also broadcast on radio through the London-based station Resonance FM, making it the first FM radio show dedicated to gaming in Europe.
Oh no, BritCon. Pass.
Jack.
Pass.
Emma.
Pass.
And Dan.
Pass.
This is called One Life Left. Who is the protagonist of Final Fantasy XVI? After the death of his brother Joshua, this character sets off for revenge on the dominant of Ifrit, who he believes was responsible for his brother's death.
Clive.
Clive is right. Clive Rossfield. And your third question. In another Broderbund edutainment series, what fictional species must be guided through logic challenges to reach their new safe haven? Many of these challenges make use of individual differences in headwear, eyes, feet, and nose colour as a core mechanic, but these creatures always remain bright blue.
Lemmings?
Not lemmings. Jack.
Pass.
Emma.
Zoombinis.
Zoombinis is correct. And Emma, your own questions. Answer Smash. Disney characters like Goofy, Donald and Mickey command the nations of World War II in a grand strategy game from Square Enix and Paradox Interactive.
I mean, I would play this. Kingdom Hearts of Iron.
It is Kingdom Hearts, Hearts of Iron, Kingdom Hearts of Iron. Also named after the developer and inspired by Sokoban, Patrick Traynor created the 2022 puzzle game Patrick's Blank, where what word completes the title? The unique factor with this game is that boxes can be hollow and allow both other boxes and the player character themselves to enter, playing with recursive elements.
Parabox.
Parabox is right. Patrick's Parabox. And your third question. Les Edgar and star of a previous week's quad Peter Molyneux were the two founders of what British game developer, not to be confused with Molyneux's later Lionhead. They had a reputation for innovation in design, creating one of the earliest popular God games in Populous. Ten seconds.
Maxis.
It's not. Jack.
Pass.
Harley.
Pass.
And Dan.
Bullfrog?
It is Bullfrog.
Of course
Yes.
it's Bullfrog, yeah.
And Dan, your questions. What video game academic and occasional journalist pioneered the field of video game studies through his conception of ergodic literature in the 1997 book Cybertext? He's applied his theories of non-linear and hypertext narrative to video games using the concepts of textons and scriptons.
Totillo.
Not Tillo. Jack.
Pass.
Harley.
Pass.
And Emma.
Pass.
It is Espen Orseth. What game design engine's full name described it as a visual novel engine? Its name is a portmanteau of the Japanese word for romantic love and the programming language it runs on. Notable games created using it include the VN's Slay the Princess and Lady Killer in a Bind.
No. Pass.
Okay. Jack.
Pass.
Harley.
I mean, I played both of these games. Pass.
And Emma.
Renpai.
Renpai is right, yes.
Oh, man.
And the final question of the quiz. Describing it as a boring, generic, unfocused Ubisoft open-world game, what Star Wars game was named the blandest of 2024? The game came in for particular criticism for being unfocused, including a lot of game mechanics, but having no USP.
Star Wars Outlaw?
Star Wars Outlaws is correct. So, at the
Congratulations.
end of the quiz,
Well done.
Dan has 18, Emma 15, Harley 11, and Jack 9. Congratulations
And
to
you-
Dan, who is the inaugural Brain of Gaming.